Okay, so welcome back. So for today, I am going to be showing you how I built my full stack app in AWS, right? And then the agenda for today is going to be an overview of the app. So how the user is going to see the app as it is, an overview of the front-end code. So that would be like really briefly that I'm going to be talking about it because I want to keep the main focus on the backend, which is going to be built on AWS. So yeah, the third part is actually overview of the backend on AWS, and then that's being divided into three parts. The first part is authentication and authorization. So for the authentication, how the user sign up and then sign in. For the authorization is how they're actually able to access the backend services, say like S3 and DynamoDB in the backend. In part two is going to be the content storage and delivery. So how the stories text is being stored in the backend, say in S3, and how it's being delivered back to the user through the CloudFront router in Route 33. And part three is going to be the user interaction. Say I am a user, I'm reading a story, I like it. So I'm going to leave a comment or like the story and things like that. So now you might be wondering why I'm talking about the stories. It's just because this app is actually meant for people who like to read short stories. So maybe the time that I get bored, what I do is I'm actually going and reading my own stories. And there is a fun part. I'm going to talk about it. Why kind of make me to come back to my own stories and read it. So that's something I will be sharing with you shortly. Okie dokie, so coming back to the first part, which is an overview of the app. So let me show you how it actually looks like. So the first thing is actually I'm going to do a sign up, right? So here you go. I'm going to use a fake name for now, but what you can do is you can use anything you want. So let's just put Mona. Last name would be Starlight. What better than this kind of last name, right? But anyways, the email is slightly different that I have created on Gmail. And you actually have to use an actual email because if you don't, then you won't be able to confirm your email or your account. So for the username, I can put Mona.star, a shorter one. So I'm putting a username, a password. And then I have also the option to upload a user profile. Say I wanted to use this cute animal, and now it shows that the upload is being complete. So that's good. And then I'm going to go ahead and do sign up. Sign up is successful. It's asking me for a confirmation code. So I'm going to go to my email. And I hope I actually get the email. It's in the spam, or if it's not in the spam, or might be taking some time until it's being loaded, and I really don't know why. So I'm going to stop my recording for a second, find out what it is, and I will be getting back to you. So here it is. I actually made a small mistake. So I didn't include it, I would say, the right Gmail. It has to be at gmail.com. I didn't do that. So that's why it didn't work out. So what I'm going to do, I will remove some actually incognito in AWS in my backend. So I'm going to delete this user and I'm trying to recreate it once again. So it actually works. So let me just go back to my app, I would say. So I'm going to go back and then simply correct this one maybe. So it's at gmail.com. So everything else remains the same. Yeah, that's good. And then now I have to go back to my code. So here you go. I actually did receive the code. So this is the last code that I have. I'm going to go back to the app, enter that in. I'm being confirmed. And now I go back to and sign in with the same. So it's mona.star. Perfect. Okay, so here it is. So I'm going to go back here. So this is the overview of the app now. So I have an option where you go to the user profile. So this was Mona.star, and then the email has been loaded from the backend. from Cognito. And then you can see my profile image or profile picture is not loading right now. I had a slight issue in there. I will fix it, and then in the next video I might show you when I'm showing the entire front end. So as today's video is mainly focused on the back end, so when I'm doing a video on the front end, that's when I will discuss this part in details as well. Okay, but anyways, let me just go back, and then I have go to codes. I have another section where I have added my favorite codes, and those codes are actually my own. These are not codes for sure, they're just my personal thoughts. So I added it here. I thought maybe this is something I actually enjoy. So maybe, for example, I click on liking it. So did you see like from 12 likes, it's now 13 likes. But anyways, today's focus is on stories. So let's just go back to the stories. Actually, I have a slight problem in my codes. So when I click on the codes part, it breaks my app. So here you go. You can see there are actually a lot of mistakes. So I am going to do something. I'm going to stop this thing, and I'm going to rebuild it. And I'm going to go quickly back and sign in. So again, there might be another video where I'm going to be discussing the codes in detail. But for now, I'm going back to my, I would say, stories. So here you go. This is the description part. I mean, the instruction part. So I can skip instruction, or I can go back. Okay, so here it is. So I'm going to go to all of my instructions part. And then now I will tell you the fun part that I mentioned. So it was because whenever I feel bored or kind of get stuck and I have a philosophical question in my mind and I wanted to get an answer to it, what I do is I think of a random number, and then I go to that stories number and then find my answer. So I have up to 50 stories as of now. So to this app, I only have added 10 of them, but I'm going to be adding more. And I hope at some point, sometime in the future, it might become a fun app for people to find answer to their questions. So I don't know, somehow it works for me. I don't know how that is, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's leave that to another time. So here go, I have created a random number generator as well. So if you cannot think of any other question, any other numbers, so you can come here and then just generate a number that you like, or you can actually generate two numbers. So here you go, say, go to story number 5. So I go to that stories, and then this is the list of the stories that I have. The text is, of course, stored in the backend in S3. So this is story number 5. This is how it looks like. Okay, so here it is. The main part of the app I want to show you is actually this one. So you see there are 4 likes and 5 comments. So if I'm going to, since I created this new user, so I should be able to actually like it, and this number should increase, right? So I click on this one. So here you go, from 4 likes, now I have 5 likes. And then for the comments is 5 comments for now. Let's just leave a comment. So this is my first time coming to this story, right? Coming to this story. So I'm just going to post it, and you can also see the number of days or the time this certain comment has been posted. So it's 22 days. My apologies. ago, and this is 18 days, and this is just right now. So here you go. I can actually post comments as well. So I'm just going to go back and see from 5 comments. Now I have 6 comments. So you can just keep reading the story. And then if you wanted to go back at the top, you can simply click on that. Once again, once you scroll down, the likes and the comments area appears. Other than that, it doesn't. So then you want to go back to the top, you just click like that. So, okay, so that's what it is for the overview of the app. So I'm going to continue again with the second part, which is the front-end code in a short while. Thank you.